Wow.
Yeah. To begin this video, I would just like to clarify that Kings did not send me this to review. We haven't exchanged any money. I bought this winch with my own hard-earned dollars while it was on special leading up to Christmas. And, you know, I wanted a man gift. Socks and jocks are great, but I needed something with a bit more substance this year. With nothing more than a bit of cardboard and a pair of scissors, it is incredible how accurately you can create a template that you can then transpond into a computer or straight onto a bit of steel, or however you're going to do it. This is the best way to start. It'll literally save you hours of mucking about of trying to measure arbitrary distances and weird angles, and don't even bother. Just grab a bit of cardboard, start cutting, and you'll be fine. Yeah, 625 would be pretty good. Okay, 625. Okay, so for now, this is what we're working with. If you're wondering what this guy here is, well, before I go cutting this part out, and you know, it might be wrong, because after all, I've taken very loose measurements off an imprint on a piece of cardboard. So I'm going to cut this piece out of a bit of scrap, and I'll make sure that that actually fits up in where it needs to. That'll do. See if that works. Alrighty. Well, that's not bad. $30. It's been minutes for you, but it's been months for me. I've just been busy life, and I actually had a problem that I only just figured out how to overcome. Basically, once the winch is installed under the car, I had no way to easily switch it on and off out of gear, if that makes sense. But I had an idea, and we'll get to that soon. But I can't remember if you saw me make this or not. It's now July, and I got that winch for a Christmas present, so you know, these things take time. But this is the bit that the rope's going to go through, and that's going to bolt underneath the bracket that you've seen me make. The only problem is that the plasma cutting, and I think it's literally the grain in the flat bar that I've used. Flat bar, when it's produced, actually it has a grain, kind of like wood, and it is in fact stronger one way than it is the other. And I think I got the grain mixed up because where I folded it, it cracked. Not a problem, I'm just going to weld it up. So the plan for turning this on and off is I'm going to make a bracket that attaches to this handle, and it's going to have a little thing coming out about 45 degrees, and when I pull on a knob on the outside of the bull bar, I'll be able to put it into neutral. So pulling it out will be neutral, and pushing it back in will lock it. That's the plan. All right. This part's nice and dry. The whole thing might fall down when I undo this one. We'll see. Nope. Okay. Well, this bumper bar must be held on somewhere else as well. Good. I guess I need to lift it in now. I'm really not sure how to do it, apart from to lie down there and bench press it up into place and try and slide the bolts across. It's going to be awkward, and I may end up dropping it on my chest, and hopefully not my face, because I can't afford it to get any worse than what it currently is. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah. I need more wood. I need more wood. Get more wood. That's it. Okay. So far so good. Sorry, old fella. Once it's done up, I've got these locking nuts, which are like a half nut, and I'm going to get that in there and do that as the final thing, with probably a good dollop of green Loctite for good measure. Green Loctite is the it's the permanent one. I won't regret that. I'd have to say that winch is really well hidden and totally hasn't taken away from much of my what is it? It's not departure angle, it's the opposite of departure angle. I was really concerned that it was going to you know, hinder me off-roading, but that is really nice and high up in there. Good. Very good. It's about there. Woo! Where is it? Okay. This spring steel is from our old trampoline. You know, most new trampolines have a safety net that goes around it to stop the children from, you know, flying off and hurting themselves. Well, out here on the farm, we get incredible gusts of wind, and if you leave the safety thing on, the trampoline becomes a UFO and usually ends up in the neighbour's cornfield. Ask me how I know. So I removed the safety net, and surprise, surprise, just like when I was a kid, the kids have been fine. They just jump in the middle of the trampoline like the Lord intended. This is the spring steel that goes around the net that sort of held it up. It's actually really decent stuff. Like while I was cold working this to get that loop, if I mis-whacked, a spark would fly off. So good hard stuff. Anyway, it works. Now I was planning on doing an entirely separate video where I wired up the winch and sort of showed the process, but to be perfectly honest, having looked at the whole thing, it really doesn't warrant its own video. Basically, the yellow wire goes to the yellow connection, the blue to the blue, the red to the red, and the black wire went to terminal A. Anyway, so it's done. Drilled a few holes in the bumper bar for the wires. Very, very carefully deburred the holes, making sure there was nothing sharp that could rub through. And even then, I'm probably going to add some extra insulation in the whole part because you can never be too careful with these sorts of things. It works, except I haven't really tested whether or not it works. And I think that should be the next and final part of this video, where I'm going to go across behind my house, park just in front of where the septic tank empties out, and try to drag that thing up a gently sloping grass hill with the handbrake on. So let's do that. Right. Okie dokie. Okay, the rope's 24 meters long. We haven't even, well, yeah. Now I'm going to go put the handbrake on and leave the engine running just so I don't destroy the battery unnecessarily. See if it can pull it up. In gear.
It was spinning really slowly.
Oh, I didn't put the handbrake on hard enough, but that was a lot of stress. Now, I don't want to burn this thing out. I'm going to take it out of, put the handbrake off now and just pull it up normally. Sounds good? Yep. Let's see if that's easier.
Okay.
Very easy. It doesn't even feel hot. It's, yeah, I'm like, you hear the pros all the time on YouTube being like, oh, you know, you gotta let the winch cool down a bit, but I haven't even stressed it at all, which is good.
Now this is the short wheelbase 3-door model. It's not the most practical car you're ever going to come across. It's very difficult to get into the back, and once you're there, there's not a lot of space. The boot's pretty tiny too. But it is very trendy. It'd be great for posing around town, and I must confess, I'd rather like one.